imagine that your son is following you for the next 30 days in every single thing that you do. He's looking at your phone when you're searching on the internet. He's reading what you're texting to people. He's listening to the conversations that you're having with people. He's listening to what you're saying to people. He's watching what you do. She said, who's the most important person in your life right now? I said, my son. She's like, okay, but then for the next 30 days, I want you to imagine that he is there.
Wow.
For 30 days straight, and do what you would want him to see. Say what you would want him to hear. Welcome back to Full Belly Podcast, where we talk about how our lives, hearts, souls, bellies used to be completely empty and how we've figured out how to not only fill them up, but keep them full. I'm your host. My name is Matt Bell. We have our co-host here, Juan Duarte. Say hello to Juan.
What up, everybody? What's cracking, man? What's up, brother?
Cracking and lacking and all the good slacking, tacking.
Slacking and tanacking. Tough acting, Tinactin.
Tough acting, Tinactin. Before we get into our sponsorship commercial from Tough Acting, Tinactin, because we don't want athletes' foot anywhere around our studio, we'd like you to take a moment to follow us, like, subscribe, whatever it's technically called on whatever platform you're watching this on. Because we want to make sure that you see the next episode and the next one so that you can share it with somebody else. Juan, how you doing, bro?
Good, man. Good. I mean, I'm all right. I'm here. I'm alive, kind of healthy, sober for sure. That's great. Figuring life out, man. I'm good.
We don't actually have a sponsorship from Tough Acting, Tinactin.
No, we don't. Because if we did, my feet would look a lot better than they do.
That'd be sort of indicative if they'd be like, those people have bad feet.
Yeah.
If they need Tough Acting, Tinactin to sponsor them, then they why do I feel like I'm breathing so heavy?
You are, bro.
Into this microphone.
You are. You're hot, bro. It's because it's thick, bro. Thick man.
I'm out of breath. I'm thick. Have you ever filmed like a silent video on your cell phone? Like walking outside or something, or like walking through your house, or like watching your animal do something and then like play it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like,
yeah. I feel like I did that with you all the time. Yeah. When we would do the videos of the apartment, I would send you like the progress. It would always be a silent video, and I would like be like, this room's making progress or whatever, but I'd never say anything.
Yeah.
I would always rewatch and be like, I can't send that to him. Yeah, you're my best friend, and I was embarrassed of sending it to you.
Sound like you're just winded.
Good room. I see the lamp.
Walking through a 10 by 12 living room, just winded as if you're climbing a mountain.
Yeah. And then one of those weird like squeaker burps that you swallow. Nose whistling.
Jeez. How's you mentioned health. Health is decent. What's going on with you?
Yeah, man. So I went, I've been talking to you for months, bro, and you've just like did this weird form of not confirming or validating the fact that my belly button looked like yours. And you were like, no, you're fine. Your belly button looks not like mine, which looked exactly like yours when you had an umbilical, whatever it is.
Hernia.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that thing that you got, dog. And you're like, nah. I'm like, okay, he knows. He had it. And it's just gotten worse, dude. It's gotten worse and worse and bigger. And I'm like poking it like, yeah, something's not right here.
What's it feel like?
It feels like I have a little bit of my intestine or something poking through. It doesn't hurt.
Not on the inside when you touch it with your finger.
What
does it
so
feel like?
Soft.
It's so soft,
so
bro.
Soft,
I wanted you to say that. It's the softest skin you have. It's just so.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I could have kept it.
Yeah.
Because it was so soft.
Just rubbing on it.
Yeah.
I'm at home like it's soft. Yeah. Yeah, man. So I went to the doctor today. They had an emergency. They had somebody canceled, and so they got me in right away. And because I needed a referral. And I go there, and first of all, I found out that I gained weight back, plus some that I thought I lost, no longer there. And she was like, well, yeah, so it's not a huge deal, but you want to stay away from heavy lifting, all this stuff. And I'm like, well, I'm trying to work out and not be fat. And so she essentially told me like, well, you don't really have to do much. Like if you stop doing this, like stop eating like a pig, you lose some weight, like It'll probably be all right. I walked out of there so upset, dude. Not that
She said if you stop eating like a pig.
No, she didn't say that word, but she reiterated a few different times, like, "Oh, I see you gained some weight." I'm like, yeah, I did. Yeah, that's right. I was like, well, actually, I broke my ankle a couple months back.
So,
can't be active. I've been on the couch.
Sometimes I wish doctors would just keep it real with us.
Oh, she kept it real.
But I wish they'd be like, you need to stop eating like a pig.
Yeah.
I wish the doctor would have said that to me. But they're like,
yeah.
All right, Matt, you were at 210 last visit. Now you're at 214.
Yeah.
Ouch. You put on a couple LBSs, Matt.
Yeah.
Put on a little bit of weight.
Yeah. No, she ain't playing. This woman's not, dude. She's kept it real with me every time I've gone to her. But she was like, yeah, like you could see it in her face and her tone. Like, you're fat.
Yeah.
Like, you're getting old. She said the one time I was losing my hair, and she was like, you need to change your diet. That's part of it. You're stressed out, but also you're old.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
there's that. And then I was thinking about it though, because I'm going to have to get a surgery because of this. You've had surgeries, like 9 of them, dude. Mm-hmm. You've had like 9 surgeries, dog.
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally going to do this
to catch up.
No, I want to catch up to your surgery. I'm going to have them cut me open while I'm awake with no numbing. And then I'm not going to have any pain meds afterwards. So I can look you in the eyes and be like, I'm more sober than you, bro. I'm going to hold it over your head forever. You
should do it, dude.
Just suffer my whole life. And I'm like, yeah, dude. Man.
Do you know how they do that surgery?
No, I don't care.
I'll tell you how they do it and then tell me if you still want to do it with no pain meds.
Yeah.
It's done by a robot.
Yes.
First of all, they stick 4 holes in your stomach.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4 like robotic arms that go in there.
Yeah.
They inject you with gas, air gas, to inflate your stomach like a tent.
Yeah.
So that these robotic arms can do what they need to do under your skin. So they basically lift your skin off of your muscles so that the arms can work on your muscles and suture it back up. And then they pull it out and try to get all the gas out, but they never can. So then the next day you literally feel bloated. It hurts in your shoulders and your neck and shit, dude. The gas is like in there. It hurts.
Would you say you're a stubborn man? Sometimes can be.
Sure.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. The thought of me being like 70 and looking back at you and be like, I'm pretty much more sober than you, bro. It's like a great idea to me. I don't have much that I'm like better than you at, but I can get a surgery with no pain meds, dog. Even if it kills me, take me to an island. I'm going to call you and be like, hey, Matt, you were a sissy. Remember when you told me you didn't want me to, you were like, yeah, no, that ain't the same as my belly button. Mine was, my belly button was worse.
I never said that. It never happened.
And then you were like,
I never said that.
You were like, yeah, no, dude.
I never said that my belly button was better or worse.
You were
than
like,
yours,
this
dude.
ain't that, dude.
I don't think that you can have a better or worse belly button.
You literally looked at me and you said, see my belly button, see yours is worse. But it's worse with needs help and yours doesn't. You're not messed up. And I was like, bro.
Would you like for me to relapse so that you can have more clean time?
No, not a relapse, but like a minor slip.
Do you know what the root cause of most hernias is, though, to be honest with you?
No, I don't.
Vaping.
Well, that sucks.
Would you like to call on our guest? I think it's time.
I do. I'm sick of your shit.
Let's get our guest on here. Let's change the tune a little bit.
Way to suck the life out.
We've got Zach that's coming on. I'm really excited to talk with Zach. Zach just came out of a place where nobody wants to be. We've got Zach. Come on, Zach. His real name's Zach. People call him Zach.
Yeah, spelled with a CH.
I'm very, very excited to have this conversation because this is good stuff. This is real nice.
Yeah, better than vaping.
Yeah, nobody likes to talk about that. It's a very, very like a depressing type of situation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm,
you know what I mean?
Do
you know what I mean, though?
I know what you mean.
Do you though?
Do you though?
I think so.
It has to be terrible to know that what caused your hernia, but you still can't stop doing it anyway.
Yeah, it's not a great feeling. It was a horrible feeling knowing what caused my drug addiction.
Oh,
And you know what I mean?
is there a difference?
No.
Because I think that what we're explaining sounds like active addiction.
Listen here, dog.
Knowing that what you're doing is causing consequences, but you're still going to do it anyway. You know what else that sounds like? Insanity. It sounds like you are living in an insane, actively addicted lifestyle.
Yeah.
But we can talk about Zach. Let's talk about Zach.
How many
Let's
times are we gonna do this, bro?
He said,
Every week.
I'm working on it.
yeah.
I don't even know what to say anymore, dog.
I
I've
made a
tried.
noise, bro. He said,
I've put them in water bottles. I'm not doing it this time, dog.
Zach, where did you wake up this morning?
Wood County Justice Center.
And he's here today. Are you kidding me? Woke up in jail and here he is.
I was here 2 hours after I got out.
It's so amazing.
Right?
Got out of jail drinking a freaking mocha from Big B's. I mean, life is good.
Life is great.
So tell us what happened. How did you get in there?
So back in May, I was out running the streets and got into a car accident. Totaled my car. Should have died. Got my second DUI for it. And had to do my mandatory 10 days.
Was that the overdose?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Like I said, I shouldn't be here. I was in the middle of a field, 150 yards off a road, street sign through my windshield. I shouldn't be here.
Overdosed in the car.
On opiates?
Yep.
And you ended up 150 yards into a field.
Yeah.
Dude, you really should not be here.
Absolutely not.
Not only like physically alive be here. I mean, thank God you made it through that. But you just turned yourself into jail. I think
Yeah,
it's important to
absolutely.
like emphasize that. Living a lifestyle clean, trying to clear up amends and wreckage of the past and all this stuff, and turning yourself into a jail sober.
Yeah.
What is that like?
It was different. I've never done it before. I've been to jail many times, but never sober, never with this much time under my belt, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
Any other time it would have been catch me when you can. I'll deal with it somewhere down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was definitely different.
How many times have you been to jail? Would you say
Uh,
ballpark?
7, 8.
And those other times, different from this time, that catch me if you can, where did that end up getting you?
Nowhere. It at one point it made it worse because I was on felony probation, so I ended up getting the rest of my time. I had 8 months or so left over my head. I played catch me if you can, and the judge ended up giving me my entire sentence.
And that's how it always is. Juan, why are you rubbing that pillow? Like
I love
that,
this
dog?
pillow, dog.
I mean, you're really caressing that pillow. Dude. He's over there tickling that pillow, bro. Like leaning into it too, like it's his girl.
It's crazy you said that because I was just thinking in my head, I wonder if people notice this.
He's like petting that pillow, dude. I can relate to that because, you know, I mean, that's what happens with us when we're out there in active addiction. We get arrested.
Right.
And nobody wants to go to jail. I don't
No,
care.
definitely
Clean,
not.
sober, in addiction. Nobody wants to do that shit, man. And certainly nobody wants to go turn themselves in. And I think that a lot of time, I mean, we just saw it yesterday. Somebody ran, like literally ran.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they heard that the law was here and they ran.
Yeah.
They were like, I'll deal with it later. I got to go see my kids this
Yeah.
weekend.
Right.
It's like, man, you know what? That's not a good look. You don't want to piss them off.
Mm-mm.
You can't be on the run from them because like by going into, so I want to explain like what you said, felony papers, whatever, doesn't matter. They finally catch you. If they have to catch you, then they exhausted resources on you. They're throwing the book at you.
Exactly.
That's just what they do, you know? So like if you would have gone and turned yourself in, you might have got whatever, 3 months, 30 days, probation, who knows? Whereas if they catch you, they're maxing you out. You know what I mean? And they don't even have to, like, they can run that shit concurrent. They can run it consecutive, whatever. But like judges don't want to deal with that kind of stuff. They just don't want to deal with that stuff. Now, if you cooperate with them and turn yourself in and make it easier. Walking into a jail sober is a very, very difficult thing to do. You did 10 days, and is there anything else that you have to do now?
Nope, that was it. I'm on inactive probation, but
Inactive
as
probation.
long as I don't do anything drug or alcohol related, I'm
which you don't plan to do.
never.
So it's like you're good.
Right.
You had to do 10 days because you turned yourself in. And
And
it's
it was 10 days.
10 days, man.
But there was people in there that had the same judge that did do that. Catch me if you can. One guy had 11 months.
Mhm.
They gave him the whole year
100%.
for doing that.
Same situation.
Yeah.
Essentially. except
DUI,
for
a DUI.
he got caught.
Yeah.
And you did.
Yep.
You turned yourself in.
Yeah.
Man.
Same judge, same court.
I had a fugitive warrant in Monroe, Michigan when I got clean for a home invasion that I turned myself in for. And that was the hardest one. I had to go back and forth to court. Actually, I had to go live in the state of Michigan on electronic monitor. But in the end, I got probation. I got 3 years of probation. So thank God. Wood County, I had to go to Wood County as well for grand larceny and had to go through a court process, got 3 years probation there as well. And I had to pay back $25,000. And then in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, I had a larceny charge out there, and it was from such a long time ago. Check this out. This is us projecting and making things out to be worse than they really are, assuming how things are going to be. This was a charge from 2007. I took care of this in, I don't know, 2016 or 17 or something like that. So literally 10 years later, right?
Wow.
I remember getting off of a plane, coming back into America, into the United States, going through customs, and they pulled me aside. They're like, grab your stuff and come into this room. And they're like, you have a felony warrant. And I was like, fuck, am I going to get like taken out of America or something? Like I was super scared. They're like, well, it's non-extraditable, but we're just letting you know, like you popped up as you're coming through customs, like you need to get this taken care of. Multiple times getting, pulled over for a speeding ticket or something like that. Hey, just wanted to let you know you've got a felony warrant in Pennsylvania. And I'm like, damn, man, are they about to like impound my car? And they're like, nope, it's not extraditable. Just get it taken care of. So like everywhere I went, this thing was following me, dude. Following me everywhere. And I just kept coming up. But I didn't want to go deal with it because I was afraid that if I went to Pennsylvania, I'm going to all this progress, this sobriety, this life, this family, seeing my kid, all this stuff. And now I'm going to be locked up in a jail or a prison in Pennsylvania, so far away, like my people can't even come see me. Dude, I walked into that courtroom with an attorney. I set it up the right way. We walked into like open court session or whatever it is. They're like, what is this? What is this? And they didn't even understand this thing anymore. And my attorney was explaining what we were doing with team recovery and sober and showed drug tests and all this stuff. And they were like, this is phenomenal. We don't see this very often. We're going to look into the case. We're going to try to call the victims that you stole from. If we can't find any details or find the victims in the next hour, we're just going to dismiss this case completely. So we sat in the hall for an hour and came back in an hour. Dude, they didn't even have the case anymore. They couldn't find the file. It was so old. They could not find the file. They're like, we don't keep paper this long, so we don't have anything. We're gonna take your word for it. Case dismissed.
Wow.
Just like for over nothing. I like lingered. I just held on to it for that long for nothing, dude.
Wow.
Absolutely nothing. So that's our fear, man. That's us assuming how things are gonna be.
Yep. It happens all the time.
Moral of the story is just wait 10 years to go face your consequences.
It's the best way to do that.
Totally kidding.
Not where we were going with this.
Totally kidding.
That's not it.
Totally kidding. So where are you from?
I grew up here, Toledo.
Born and raised in Toledo.
Born and raised in Toledo.
And when did you start? When did your addiction like really take off?
Probably early 20s.
How did it happen?
Well, opiates. I mean, that was back when there was the pill mills running around up in Michigan. You could get prescriptions for anything.
Mhm.
So
Dr. Hall?
Linares.
yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Linares.
In Monroe. Yeah.
Linares.
Yeah. Yeah. I
That's
mean,
wild, man. Those were the wild days.
Yeah, dude. Chaos.
give them a couple $100 and they'll write you a script for whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he at today?
Jail. Federal prison last I heard.
He didn't turn himself in, that's
No.
for sure.
Yeah. Went to school for 8 years to get a doctor's license in prison.
Dang. Wow.
It's wild. So, did you get hurt or something, or were you just using these drugs recreationally?
Recreationally, then I did cut my hand and got prescribed them legit, and then back to the painkillers.
Mm.
Yeah. And then when they shut down all the pill mills, when they cracked down on those, is when it graduated to the harder stuff.
How many times have you been to rehab?
3.
And what's that progression look like?
The first time I went was 2016, 2017. Put together a year and a half sober. Got away from what I had been doing. Stopped going to meetings, stopped hanging around the people that were helping me, and fell back off. And went back out for probably another year. Went and got another year and a half sober. And then same thing. I mean, which is something that I've realized working with the counselors here. That's a common factor is when I start distancing myself and stop doing the things that I know are going to help me is when I mess up.
Absolutely. I've been there so many times, man. That's where it happens.
Right.
That's where it happens almost every single time.
Right.
So let me ask you this. When you went back out, did you go straight back out to pills, or did you start with like weed or alcohol or anything else?
Pills.
Straight back to pills.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
your thing.
Yeah.
It's always been your thing.
Yeah. I was a real heavy drinker before I got sober the first time in 2017. Real heavy drinker. And even when I have gone back out, I've never drank the way I used to.
Pills
I've
just
never-
took over.
Yeah.
Became number one drug of
Right.
choice.
Yeah.
Crazy how that works, huh?
Right.
And I don't think people get it. These pills are just so damn addictive. They're
Terrible.
so controlling. It's weird how some people can do these things and have a reaction where it's like they don't
Right.
like it. They'll never do it again, you know?
Yeah.
With legitimate pain. Like they'll
Right.
come home from a surgery, you know, hip surgery or some shit, back surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll take one and they're like, oh, I didn't like it. It made me nauseous.
Mm-hmm.
Made me woozy.
Right.
Made me itch a little bit.
We were just talking about it earlier. There's been studies that show aspirin and Advil regimens are just as effective, if not more effective, with
100%.
pain management than
For belly button
Opiates.
surgeries.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
I loved that feeling. Man.
Yeah.
Give me all the wooziness. I'll throw up. I'll throw up 9
Take
times.
another.
Yeah. Give me the woozies. Give me the stomach aches. Itching. I loved the itching.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this itch feels so good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so weird.
Yeah. Good, strong.
So
itch
what is
on your
that?
calf looking like crazy.
Just itching.
You know what I mean? Man.
Just itching. For like 5 minutes.
Just going to town.
Yeah. You know that face. If you don't know this face, you probably don't know about opiate use. The bulldog, the British bulldog.
And then wake up and itch again.
Yeah.
The British bulldog.
Man. Yeah.
It's so good. The British bulldog.
I ain't trying to look British like that no more.
So what got you here this last time?
I, like I said, I totaled my car, ended up in a ditch, and just knew that I was going to die if I didn't make a change. Didn't get it right, man.
So that night, you was it at nighttime when you hit the
Yeah,
ditch?
about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night.
So you wake up where? In
the car.
In the car?
Yeah.
Cops come
Cop is
there
yeah, the
when
cop
you
was-
wake up?
Yeah, the cops, paramedics.
Oh, when you woke up.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. And so then did they take you to jail that night?
No, they took me to the hospital.
And
Had me
then-
checked out. I was fine. I walked away from it fine.
So
Like if I showed you a picture of it, you would think somebody died.
and,
Yeah.
and from the hospital, they let you go?
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Crazy.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then when did you go to treatment? The next morning?
No, I
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro. How did he get out of that? Let me see. Again.
Bro, the sign. Dude, that sign, if that sign was literally
6 inches
yeah,
a foot to the
it would have cut your
to the
head
left.
off.
it cut the roof.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's nuts, dude. That is insane.
Bro, you're so lucky to be alive.
Right.
Truly,
Right.
you're so lucky.
If I
Dude.
didn't
I know you can't see it that well.
we
but-
gotta like give him that picture so that he can
Man.
edit that in. That's nuts. When did you? So then you wake up the next morning, or go home that night, or whatever. Then how long does it take you to get into treatment?
That happened May 1st. I was staying with my parents. They kicked me out of the house. I went and stayed with my brother for a couple weeks. We had a falling out, so I went to a detox out in Sandusky where he lives and did my detox out there. I called him from detox and came as soon as I was done there, and I've been here since.
Good for you. So what's your plan, man? Because you've had two runs at this now.
Right.
This is your third one, you said?
Yeah.
Your first two, you've gotten time. Like, you've proved to yourself that you can stay clean and sober.
Right.
And you've acknowledged that what takes you back out there is stopping what did for the first year and a half.
Clean for, yeah.
So what are you going to do this time?
I'm going to stay plugged in. I mean, that's, like I said, looking back at it, that's the common denominator. And every time I've messed up is getting away from the people that hold me accountable, getting away from doing the activities that I enjoy. Just,
dude, like so he called me, right? And then we ended up going out to eat, and I was out to eat with a few different people, and there was two people, Edwin and him, got sober like the same day, and they both were at dinner the same day, coming back to the community the same day, and like sitting at the table with him and Edwin, both of them like in this place where like, I just want to figure it out, you know. And I asked that same question to him sitting there, and dude, the like the look in his eyes when he was like welled up with tears, and he said, I'm just gonna stay right next to you, and I'm not going anywhere. Like, I don't know what to do.
Good place to be, dude.
Yeah, he said, wherever you're going, that's where I want to be, because I know that you're going to be sober and you're going to do the right thing.
Dude, that's literally what it takes. For as long as you need to do something like that, you know, and then you find your own people, and or you stay with those people for the rest of your life. Like that, I mean, truly, that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what had happened to me.
One alcoholic helping another alcoholic.
I just didn't leave your side. I didn't leave Team Recovery side. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna come over here.
It's pretty ironic how, like, dude, you think of anything else, right? You think of a business, and this business is selling fucking goldfish in the purple packet.
Yeah,
and the purple packet's killing it, bro.
Yeah,
it's just killing it, making money. We can't keep them on the shelves, but then like we just decide that we want to start selling coffee, bro. Let's just pivot to coffee when we know the purple pack goldfish are killing it.
Right.
Let's get away from the purple pack. Yeah. I don't want to make money anymore. I want to take a chance and see if this works and makes us money. I'm going to give up on what's made me money so long. Let's go to the coffee. Let's pivot from goldfish to coffee.
Yeah.
Take a chance on it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, of course that's not going to fucking work.
Right. And then on top of it, do it without anybody else showing you how to do it right.
Yeah, we're going to go into coffee. We're going to compete with Starbucks and all this shit. Right. We're going to stop doing what's gotten us where we're at. We're going to go fuck with Starbucks.
Insane.
Or I have diabetes, and this insulin that I've been taking has like literally saved my life. But I don't want to take this insulin anymore, man. I just want to take aspirin.
Right.
I just want to see if aspirin is going to help with my diabetes after a year and a half. You know what I mean? Right. Why do we do that?
It's the insanity,
what
right?
Is it about us?
Bro.
And the crazy part is, dude, is we don't need to fucking go to the pharmacy to get the medicine.
No.
The medicine is a fucking phone call.
Yeah.
The medicine is a let's go grab coffee together. The medicine is let's go sit in a free meeting together.
Yeah.
The medicine is a free conversation. But we don't want to take advantage of it.
Yeah. That's because when we get the medicine right, we think that things are working out after a while. You know, it's like with people with glasses, like the things you're saying, like somebody that has bad eyesight, they get glasses, they see clearer. They don't be like, oh, well, now that I see better for like 4 months, I'm going to get rid of my glasses because they fixed me. You know, like, no, like, or mental health meds, right? Man, you know, I put my glasses on, which is my mental health meds, and I feel better. Like, no, you have bad eyesight. I have bad eyesight. It's not coming back. It's not coming back. I have to continue to do this. You know, like you're not going to like, somebody's not ashamed of the fact when they're not like, oh man, I got bad eyes. So I got these glasses on that. No, dude, you wear the glasses because they know they make you better. That's just all there is to it. It's insane.
That's a good analogy.
It's a really good analogy.
You take your glasses off, you lose your focus, and you run into something.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
No, yeah, right. Ran into a stop sign.
Yeah, that boy
I also think it's just man, like most people, not just addicts, most people can't see things through, dude.
Right.
Like whether it's starting a diet, starting an exercise plan, any sort of commitment, because dude, recovery is not easy.
No.
It's hard work. And when I say it's hard work, like step work, dude, getting vulnerable, saying I'm going to go help somebody else, on top of everything that I do with my life, work, family, like I'm going to carve out time, which is like the only thing we can't find more of in our lives. It's the most valuable thing in my life is time. So I'm going to give time up to go do these things, go talk with, like, that's a commitment, dude. That's work. And I think a lot of times we forget that, like, dude, that, like, you have to continue to work to see results in whatever it is.
Everything.
You know, you can't just like go on the diet for a year and then stop dieting and expect to be healthy and skinny for the rest of your life. Right. Dude, you have to stay on the diet and stick with what you did for that first year. So I think it's just humans in general, you know, like it's just that mentality of it's hard to stick with something that's
easier,
hard.
Softer way, right?
Easier, softer way. It's not just addicts that do these, that quit on their regimen. It's humans that quit on their regimen. And man, dude, think about if everything that you were supposed to do, if you just did everything that you were supposed to do for the next 10 years, think about how fucking amazing your life would be. Like everything that you did today, or if you, like in your own mind, whoever's watching this, in your own mind, if you like, I did 90% of what I was supposed to do, but that one thing I know I need to fix and I should do that. All those things that you know you should be doing. If you did those every single day for the next 10 years, think about what your life would look like.
Man, dude, so good. It's like having a documentary crew following you, right?
It's there.
Yeah, it's like Joe Rogan said there.
It's there.
They're just following you. What would you do if people were watching you all the time? Like, you know what's funny is a therapist said that to me early on. I remember a therapist that actually works here now. What? She said, how do you be a man of character? I was like, I don't know what that is. She's like, here's how you find out. Imagine that your son is following you for the next 30 days in every single thing that you do. He's looking at your phone when you're searching shit on the internet. He's reading what you're texting to people. He's listening to the conversations that you're having with people. He's listening to what you're saying to people. He's watching what you do. She said, who's the most important person in your life right now? I said, my son. She's like, okay, but then for the next 30 days, I want you to imagine that he is there. Wow. For 30 days straight. And do what you would want him to see. Say what you would want him to hear. Man. And I'm telling you, like, I took that as this is my homework. And I was like hyper vigilant in doing everything right, dude. And when you do things for like 30 days, they say it takes like on average 30 days to create new habits. And so it just truly like became a habit, dude. And it was like shit I would never even think about. Like, walk past a piece of garbage or something like that. Like, you should pick that garbage up. Yeah. You know, like random little things. I was like over analyzing everything. And when you like do that, it just, you don't even have to think about it then, you know? And I'm not saying I don't like make mistakes at all. I'm not trying to say that shit. Just saying you think about other people first when you think like that. And your life improves.
Yeah. And it does. When you think about other people first, generally, because I mean, everything that we do is selfish and self-centered in nature. And when we can become selfless and start thinking about how we affect the world, like everything we do, man, everything we do affects other people. If we can think about that, then generally life gets better. Yeah. And the world around us does too.
Yeah. 100.
Isn't that what they say character is how you behave when no one's around?
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely, man. Yeah. That's what it is. Cash register honesty.
Cash register honesty.
When nobody's looking.
Man.
When nobody's looking. So, Zach, I want to give you an opportunity to ask us some questions. We would like to give you an opportunity to poke and prod.
Okay. So I remember when I first got sober, TR was a group of guys standing on corners with signs what was it? The Hope Not Dope.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
All
Seeing
kinds
pictures
of-
like
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Looking back, where did you see it back then? What did you see it becoming compared to what it is now? Like, I know it was about being a part of a community, fellowship, but
I'll be completely honest with you, dude. Had no clue what it was going to become. I just knew that we were like filling time and having fun. And
that's huge.
and like it was fun for us. It was community building, so we were giving back, which is service work. So like we were having fun, which in early recovery, man, in life, I think you have to have fun.
Right.
So and it can be very difficult to do that in early recovery without drugs and alcohol. So we were like having fun, which was awesome. We were giving back and raising awareness, which is what they tell us we should be doing for the rest of our lives. It was a form of service. And we were just staying out of trouble, like not getting into that other shit. So I don't know. I didn't know where it was going to go. I just thought we were going to continue to do that.
Right.
Like I really thought that maybe we would just like have these family support groups and we would speak at schools and we would have a hotline and all that stuff that we did was like out of our own pockets. Like we were literally like asking family, hey, can we get $20 to go like buy some cardboard signs and some markers? Like just thought it was going to be like that for the rest of our lives. Had no clue it was going to turn into real estate and sober living homes and
this
treatment, podcasts, like had no clue, had absolutely no clue. But I will say that when you do what your heart believes with good intentions, like truly with good intentions, if you believe that it's good intentions, and just do what you believe in, man, it will always end well. We don't know what that ending looks like, but that ending will be a good ending,
man.
And that might be a good ending in 6 months, or it might be something that never ends, but like I had no clue.
Right.
To answer your question, just had absolutely no clue.
It's funny you mentioned having fun, being around people, because that was a big hang up before I got clean the first time. Is I had been using for so long and my identity was so wrapped up into being on drugs or drinking that I didn't know if I would know how to have fun when I was clean. And it scared the shit out of me.
Absolutely.
It terrified me. And some of the best times I've had have been just hanging out with guys in a sober environment, like just chopping it up, having fun, just bullshitting.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I didn't think it was possible. Honestly, it scared the shit out of me.
It's wild. It's wild. I forget who it was in the lobby yesterday. I was like, man, I'm just having such a great time.
Yeah.
I think it's huge.
It doesn't have to end.
It doesn't. Absolutely not.
And like the great time doesn't have to end. That's so cool, dude. Like whatever you're doing right now, 30, 60, 90 days clean, 120 days, 6 months, a year, whatever, it can be like that. 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 It doesn't have to end. And you're going to go through hard times. People are going to die. You're going to get sick. You're going to have surgeries, all these bad things, financial issues, what the hell ever. People are going to break up with you. You're going to fucking people get divorced in recovery, like things will happen. Life goes on.
Right.
Life goes on and you get through it. And there's people that in recovery that have gone through it. Fucking crazy, dude. Recovery is such a cool thing.
Man.
It's so cool.
Right. So since you brought up hardships, going through shit, death, whatever, in recovery, what between the two of you has been some of the hardships, however you want to put it, that you have had to go through, and how have you overcome them?
You want to take that one first?
Yeah. Being a parent. Yeah. Figuring out how to be a parent and balancing time, right? The time between taking care of myself early on and figuring out what I'm passionate about, what I enjoy, but also not neglecting my son. Very confusing process. That was a difficult situation. Not hard. It's not hard. Honestly, it's not hard for me to be a parent anymore. Being a parent is not difficult. It is rewarding. It's beneficial. And it's very, very, very clear what my priority in that it looks like. But thank God I have stability in my recovery process. Death was really hard early on. It just became such an apparent reality of the community that we live in. that I understood after about 5 people passing away early on, that if I continually respond the way I am to this loss, that I'm never going to be able to like move forward with all these other areas of my life. If I keep expressing and experiencing grief and loss this way, then it's going to create a problem for everything in my life. So I had to develop and start trusting in a power greater than myself, which now grief and loss are totally different. Today, my struggles are, I think the struggles are making sure the things that I value are tended to appropriately based on what I say about them. If my friendships, it hurts me, and it's hard to say because I don't have time, spend time with my son. I have my best friends. I have my ambitions and my passions. Like, what is a hard thing for me now is saying everything that's left in my life is all very important. And how do I make sure these things that all I have left that's really important to me get my time and attention the way they deserve, because they are all so good. And so, that's a beautiful struggle and problem to have. I'm not struggling with mental health. I'm not struggling with emotional health. The struggles of life are beneficial and they're taking me somewhere. Honestly, my biggest trouble is I don't get to spend as much time with all the things that I love about life that I wish I could. Yeah. Poor me. Poor me. Who would have thought?
I can think of worse things.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I think of some worse things too, for sure.
Yeah, but the early struggles were very hard. They were really necessary, though, and they still can be. Like I see people that, especially when people pass away, it still rocks my heart. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But it is driven by purpose. Yeah. I don't experience a loss and I'm like, man, no, well, if somebody's going to make something good out of it, then I'm going to take that and internalize it and make that a purposeful thing to say, I'm not supposed to be here. I still know that. I still fucking know I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here, like, and I'm not going to allow somebody else not being here, like, put that in vain. Like, if it's going to do the opposite, I'm not supposed to be here and you're not here, man, I better double down. Mm-hmm. And what is there after that? There's only a few hardships that are coming my way that are really going to shake my world if or when they could happen. Mm-hmm. Something happens to my son, something happens to my mom, something happens to my immediate family, my very best friends. Those things will cause or health issues. Mm-hmm. Other than that, man, what you got?
Right.
What you got? Mm-hmm. I got best friends. I got family. I got everything I need. What you got? Mm-hmm. God's on my side.
I've kind of like, I think death was really hard for me too. Death has always been hard for me because I experienced my father's death young. Mm-hmm. So death has always been a very, very difficult thing for me, but getting into recovery, people started dying left and right.
Yeah.
Because we're like in the middle of this shit, dude. Like, we're not just like attending meetings here and there, bro. Like, we got thousands of people in recovery and family members around us every single week. Mm-hmm. Like, we're surrounded by it.
Yeah.
Like, we're in the deep sea, bro, of recovery. And so we see a lot of people die. And it took some getting used to. And I hate to even say that, but I've just come to know that death is a part of this, and it's a very unfortunate part of this. And I think about, like, what other profession can you be in, or what other, like, friend circle or anything can you be in where every day you hear about death? Come up with some, other than a coroner, like, even the military, dude. Like, I don't think even military sees it every day, because at some point, like, yeah, you're active duty, but, like, if you come home and do another term, you're probably going to be in the office or training or something like that, dude, we're in it. We're active duty for the rest of our lives if we keep doing this. So that's a lot of death, dude. And I've just come to realize that if I'm going to be in this long term, I have to learn how to deal with it. Mm-hmm. And so, like, my way of processing it has changed a little bit. I use it as a motivator. Yeah. I hate to say that, but
me too.
And I don't want to die, dude. I don't want to be remembered by Facebook posts. I don't want my kids to have to think about me in pictures. I'm not going to let that happen. So I see that stuff and I use it as a motivator. everything else that's troublesome in my life, I've been able to compartmentalize it into what's my fault and what's not my fault. And for the most part, every problem I've had has been my fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if it's not my fault, then it's not really a problem. It's just something that happened and we can get through it. You know, like my freaking cat flooding our house the other day. You know what I mean? Like, we can get through that. It sucks. It's not my fault. It happened, and we're going to get through it because there's a lot worse things in the world. The things that have been my fault, dude, those are learning opportunities. And 99% of the problems that I've had in recovery I've played a part in them, you know? And so, like, when you can take accountability for shit like that, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like having problems. I don't like experiencing pain. And when you can figure out the fact that you're responsible for 99% of your problems and your pain, what do I have to do to make sure that it doesn't happen again? And so I look at my life like that. Everything that's wrong. And I'll say, you don't have to like use or drink to fuck your life up. You know, like, it's been like, you can be unhappy sober. You can become addicted to other things other than drugs and alcohol. Like, you can find yourself seeking validation outside of what you have, outside of drugs and alcohol. You know, like, you can become like reliant or dependent on other things. You can, like, things can become important to you, you know, and like, those things have happened. I've been in like really nice places and just felt fucking alone. I've been in like really nice restaurants and eating really nice meals and afterwards fucking feeling hungry. You know, like, I've been in rooms full of fucking people and felt like a piece of shit, you know, and felt less than every single one of them in there, you know, or felt guilty or whatever it is. Like, it's an inside thing, man. And like, when taking all that and just being like, I'm taking accountability for my life. I am not letting anybody else fucking tell me how this shit's going to go. And I'm certainly not going to screw this up for myself anymore. I have control over this shit. I can make this really, really good for the time that I have left. And so tough times, man, tough times become learning lessons for me.
For sure.
Sometimes have just become learning lessons for me. I haven't necessarily gone through any like crazy trying times. If I had to name the biggest one, it would have been death. But like I said, I've processed that, and death is, it's like, dude, it's just, it's part of what we do. I expect to wake up tomorrow to an RIP post on Facebook.
Right.
I just expect it.
Yeah.
And I say that in the most respectful, like, loving, kind way. I'm not like,
well, it's real.
It's real, man. And like, if I don't expect that,
it's going to catch you off guard.
It's just like anything else, dude. If you have unrealistic expectations, you're setting yourself up to be resentful and upset and mad at the world. So if I expect the worst and hope for the best, it's just, that's how I've been able to get through recovery for almost 8 years. It's worked for me. So I'll keep doing it.
Yeah. Dude, hearing that, like, God, yeah, man. But I think me and you both have been really adversity ready, you know. And early on, man, for me, I used to always say, man, I fuck with the struggle. You know, it was just this thing that I would say, just trying to talk myself up into that. But I really knew that I needed to learn how to like deal with adversity and like befriend it almost. And that process though has given, that's like what built my faith. You know, my faith was built upon being open to adversity in many ways. You know, it helped me trust myself and trust the universe is working out as it should by saying, you know what, adversity is not here to hurt me. It's just adversity. And it's my job to learn the lessons along the way, you know. And now, honestly, man, it's like, God, dude, I can't, like, if my life falls apart, my friends and family love me so much. As long as I don't pick up, I'm okay. Like the one, I just can't pick up. Like, my life is so good because I try so hard to like be good that if my life falls apart and I don't pick up, I damn near wouldn't have to do anything. My friends would be like, no, we got you. And they would put me back in position.
True.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah. As long as I don't pick up, man.
Stay in the center of the pack.
Yeah, that's it.
Just stay in the middle of the herd, dude. Where you're protected. But you got anything else?
I think I'm good.
That was really good, man.
That
Thank
was.
you. I appreciated your time.
Thank you guys
so much. That was good.
Yeah.
That was really good. I feel good. I want to thank all of you guys for watching too. And if you found value in anything that you heard today, if you think that somebody else can find value in this, please share it with them. And as always, like and subscribe. We want to see you coming back for the next episode. We have a hotline, 419-561-LIFE. If you or anybody else that you know is struggling or, needs advice, needs a resource to go to, or just has a question about something, please call that. That's our job, to just hear you out or point you in the direction of some sort of care that you might need, whether that's with us or with somebody else. I appreciate you guys. Had a great time with you all. Again, thanks for both of you. And thank you guys for watching. Have a great night.